Bet we're recording. Say that. Yo, what's good, guys? Here we are on the charts again to show you my first trading recap. As we went over last night, I had marked out some key areas that I was looking for price to either bounce off of or react to. And coming into the morning today, we saw that this big 4 hour fair value gap was getting tested right here throughout the night. We got it tested and we broke through come London session. We came, swept out this area, and based off of this, I was extremely bullish on the day as we completely swept all of this liquidity. There were imbalances below this, but we had higher time frame levels that still wanted to get taken out. So, let me show you guys what I took today. So, zooming in to the lower time frame, I know it looks a little chaotic. Let's look at market open. I was analyzing price in the morning when I woke up. I woke up at 7, hopped on right before I went to do my cold plunge. I noticed that price had put in a bearish SMT. Bullish SMT, sorry. We made a lower low on NQ and ES made a higher high. So this was bullish, indicating that big money when they come in and push price to the upside, as it did right here. That would then get disrespected, but we still maintained a bearish gap. I didn't mark it out, but NQ came, swept this low right here, and ES maintained yet another SMT. So that was just another indicator that price was extremely bullish come market open of New York session. So what do I look for on my entries? I look for one, a sweep of liquidity, two, a area of displacement, which creates a fair value gap, and either a pullback into the fair value gap or an inverse of the fair value gap. So, what did I look for today? So we had morning session. We didn't have any clear areas of liquidity that had to be swept out as we were in this 4 hour. Sorry, man. We were in this 4 hour gap. So there wasn't any areas in here that wanted to get swept. However, I was thinking that we wanted to come push into this 4 hour and I was just going to ride the trend out for a continuation trade. So as we got right here, we saw come market open, extreme displacement, inversing of this 5 minute gap, lots of buying pressure out of here. Originally, I was looking for a trade off of this order block that got established right here, which was on the lower time frame. So for me, this was a great setup as these were all bullish areas. We had this 1 minute fair value gap. We had this bullish order block. And right here, right after the market pushed up to this area, we had strong strength off of this order block. So initially, my first trade, I get in, I see we have this fair value gap right here, and I enter off of this fair value gap right here, this right here. I set my stop to below this previous low, and I got completely wicked out. Lost about 250 bucks on that trade. So then I watched price kind of chop around here. We were waiting for 9:45. Wait, no, sorry. This was after PMI. So news was kind of chopping off of bullish PMI news. And then once again, price pushed into this order block, respected it, and pushed to the upside. I was honestly thinking about entering right here. I was on a call with my friend, looked to enter right here. The problem is that I was slightly hesitant given that I had lost on this trade because I entered without a close of the 1 minute candle, and because of that I got stopped out. So here I wanted to wait for price to close within the same gap to respect it and continue higher. Yet as soon as it closed, if I were able to zoom in on a lower time frame, It came in, closed, and shot right up. So for me, my risk to reward wasn't valid enough. Anyways, we continue on. We see further displacement up through this level. And right here, we create this 1 minute fair value gap. I identified this as an area which I wanted to enter to continue to show further continuation. And as price came back, pulled into this 1 minute fair value gap, I entered long. Initially, you can see two little buy orders because I entered rather quickly off of this 1 minute fair value gap right here. I should have set my stop below this 1 minute fair value gap because this just was too small of a fair value gap and too recent for price to completely respect and want to just tap this one and not come into this one. So I had a really short, really tight stop loss, 10 ticks, which is $50. I got stopped out immediately. But then, given that this was still such a bullish and ticked all the indicators that I wanted, I re-entered right here off of this fair value gap, still keeping it short. I believe I had my stop right below this fair value gap and set my TP at the -1 on the standard deviation. Right after that, price shot up, completely followed what I was expecting to happen, and it hit my TP at 164 ticks. So those previous two trades, I was down about $300 on the day. This beautiful trade happens. Honestly, a crazy risk to reward, 8.6. I TP and make about $800 on that trade. Very, very happy. I'm watching all of this price. So after this point, I'm done trading on my funded. I have a consistency goal that I have to pass in order to fund this next account, and I have no reason to overtrade. I made my money. I should get out of there. I should have honestly taken this just in general for trading and gotten off, continue with my day. But after seeing price react and kind of chop around this level, I had some feeling that price wanted to go to the downside. So we had this bullish order block right here that was constantly getting respected. And when I saw price come into this and and disrespect it, I entered short, targeting this recent 15-minute low. If it wants to show it nicely for me, targeting this 15-minute low. Or no, sorry, down here. That's where price is at right now. I'm targeting this 15-minute low. I rushed the setup. Honestly, a lot was going through my head. I was chasing money, didn't stick to my plan, had great trades, A plus setups in the morning, and this was just kind of a rushy trade. We failed to break structure on the 5 minute, and this is where I can admit this setup was poor. I set my stop above this previous high right here, and price then decides to come up. And here, once I see this, I thought, okay, we're respecting this 5 minute. We have a 1 minute that is also getting respected, that just got inversed. So I'm going to take long. I exit out of this position for about $20 on QQQ shorts. I enter long. What happens? I then get stopped out as price wanted to reverse again. I got absolutely cooked on this, lost about $50, and am rather upset with myself for this over trading because one, this wasn't completely part of my plan, and this is just not me. I was doing well in the morning and I was just chasing money. Biggest thing I can get out of this is just, recognizing where I was wrong and not doing that in the future. It already happened. I already made the mistake. What can I do? I can't change that. Yes, my bias on this initial trade was right. I was a little quick to stop out of it because my stop didn't even get hit. I was just anticipating an immediate reversal off of this respect of the order block, and that's just not what I should be taking the trade off, just an order block. So took my losses on options for the day, about $80, but on my funded, I'm up around $500. So that's my trading recap for the day. It looks like right now we're having a bit of a sell-off, probably back in the equilibrium of this range. I can probably calculate that really quickly on this 4 hour. What are we doing? We have this low. And this is how I calculate equilibrium, guys. You go from the bottom of this wick, go to the top of this wick, and you will see right here that it looks like price may or may not want to. Yeah, it's not showing very well. I'm sorry. I got to work on my visibility. But yeah, it looks like price might want to come in equilibrium because we have this massive imbalance here from this move in the morning. I will note as well, though, that we have this massive 4 hour gap, and it looks like price came into equilibrium of that PD array and is now rejecting off. So that is a good thing to consider, and I want to see how price reacts to that throughout afternoon session and Asia and London in the next day, and I'll potentially form my bias going into the next day based off of that. But I'm done trading for the day. Took some good setups. Not happy with how I ended, but it is what it is. It's part of the trading journey. I'm showing you guys every single thing I do, big or small, because I'm here transparent with you guys. I hope you were able to learn something from this. I certainly learned a lot from today. And yeah, I'm about to go hit the gym, get some gains, walk my dog, eat, and yeah, until next time.